spiritual consultant and real estate businessman. Remember, for those of you that are having spiritual problems, you can feel free to contact me. Those of you who think you need counseling, whether it's the husband, the wife, the son, the daughter, the boyfriend, the girlfriend, auntie, tanty, feel free to contact me at 339-1670. Those of you who have properties to sell, you can also contact me. Those of you looking for property to buy, you can also contact me. I want to say a special good night to you viewers of Real Talk in Trinidad and Tobago, of the Caribbean and around the globe. Remember, you can view us at Facebook Live when we go live from Monday to Friday from 7 to 8 p.m. on Synergy TV. Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Like our page and share it when we go live, and also on YouTube at TT Real Talk. Now viewers, I do apologize for not being here last night, but there was an incident with one of my workers, but I will get to that later on. You will be surprised. Now viewers, as we start tonight's episode of Real Talk, the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago and up the Caribbean, I must say thank God for that. 22 more Venezuelans were fined a sum of $3,030 each and ordered to serve 6 months in jail for illegal entering Trinidad via an unknown location in San Fernando. Now remember viewers, our phone lines are open, 237-3135. Feel free to call in. Feel free to drop your comments, your opinion. If there's a problem in your area and you would like to highlight it, call me, let me know, send me a video, send me a WhatsApp message. I will get back in touch with you. Now, concerning the 22 Venezuelans, the charges were laid down by Senior Magistrate Joanne Connor yesterday in the San Fernando Magistrate Court. Now, viewers, I have been talking about illegal immigrants for some time. And I have gotten the attention of the Minister of National Security, Stuart Young, with certain legislation that I have asked for. He decided to bring it forward. Decided to close off the borders on the Western Peninsula. But it's not just the Western Peninsula. We need the borders to be protected throughout Trinidad and Tobago. Because coming in with a pirogue from Venezuela, you could go around Trinidad. Around Trinidad. Now, being the Minister of National Security, he gave the order for the Coast Guard to be patrolling the borders of Trinidad on the Western Peninsula very often. Because the minister realized that we are having an influx. And dealing with the problem, it's like it's getting out of hand. It is getting out of hand. Because we have an influx. Yes, the country is in need, but at the same time, we need to secure our borders and make sure that unwanted immigrants or illegal immigrants do not enter. Now, having an influx of illegal immigrants, it will put a damp. It will cause crime to escalate. Now, I've been talking about if any women, married men breaking up with a family and running helter-skelter. I did mention that a short while ago on some other programs. But we the citizens, we need to understand who we are and what are we standing for. We need to understand that. Because if we, the citizen, do not take a stand to protect our home and to protect Trinidad and Tobago, no one else will do it for you. I want you to understand that. I have decided to highlight these matters so we will be aware of it. And congratulating the Minister of National Security, Mr. Stuart Young, for giving the orders to his colleagues to make sure our border is secured. Now, the reason why I stress on that is for you all to understand this, what I am about to say. Losero villagers told the media that they have disclosed 5 Venezuelan women being used as sex slaves at a secret agriculture area in South Trinidad. Take a look at what Stuart Young had to say.
Given recent reports that several Venezuelan women are being held in South Trinidad for purposes of human trafficking, can the minister indicate what action has been taken to verify said reports?
Madam President, there are ongoing multi-agency investigations taking place with the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, the Counter-Trafficking Unit, and Immigration. And I don't want to say anything more about these investigations that are currently taking place.
But can the minister verify to this honorable House whether Venezuelan women are being used as sex slaves in this human trafficking ring taking place in South Trinidad? Can the minister verify that for this honorable Senate?
I hope this is not, our visitors don't take this as the norm as to what takes place here. As I said a short while ago, there's a current multi-agency investigation taking place, and I will not be drawn into providing any premature information at this stage. We will await, certainly on this side, and every responsible citizen of Trinidad and Tobago will await the outcome of these investigations, and I will not prejudice them.
Now, viewers, that is what Stuart Young had to say. Now, listen to this. This is where it gets more interesting. The villagers say that they have made several reports to the police, but the women still have not been rescued. Listen carefully. Several reports were made to the TTPS, but yet the women are still not rescued. Now listen to this. They also believe that alleged police is involved in this well-organized human trafficking ring. Now, after all that, they have still not been rescued, according to villagers. Now listen, according to the villagers, the women are being pimped out for between 400 to 800 an hour. Just imagine that. Just imagine that. Now, here is where it gets even better. 2 villagers spoke out. 2 villagers, come back to me, guys. 2 villagers spoke out. And they were severely beaten. They were severely beaten for talking. So now, you can't talk. You can't stand up for your village because you will be beaten. So according to residents of Losero now, they have made several reports prior to this incident that occurred yesterday and today. Several reports prior to this incident about these 5 Venezuelan women. And up to this day, they are saying that these women have not been rescued. And it is alleged that they are saying that police, members of the TTPS, I would not say all the TTPS officers are bad, but they are saying members of the TTPS are allegedly involved in a well-organized human trafficking ring. Feel free to call in 237-3135. Let me hear what you have to say. Now, throughout Trinidad and Tobago, there are a lot of brothels throughout Trinidad and Tobago where men can go to have fun. How many of these brothels are raided on a weekly basis by the counter-trafficking unit to make sure that females are not forced into having sex with men for money? How many? How many? I understand that the TTPS can come down on you anytime because you look suspicious, because of suspicious act, or believe you have guns or drugs in your house. They can come in without a warrant. So why are they not raiding these brothels throughout Trinidad and Tobago to make sure that human trafficking does not exist in Trinidad and Tobago? Why? This is my question. This is my question to the counter-trafficking unit in Trinidad and Tobago. This is what I want to know. You tell me. According to the villagers of Losiro, several reports have been made prior to this. Prior to this. So if these villagers are concerned now and they take up the matter now and decided to make a report to the TTPS, because these women are human beings like myself. They are human beings like ourselves. I understand that the leader of the Nevada gang, which is based in Venezuela, I understand he has been held at Point Fortin. He was wanted in Venezuela. Drugs, trafficking, human trafficking, drugs, arms and ammunition, murder, rape, you name it. He was held yesterday. And I want to congratulate the officers on that big breakthrough in having this individual behind bars today. Caller, good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead, my dear. You're live on Real Talk. You're live. Go right ahead.
Hello?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yes, so I want to make an entry. And I want to speak to you tomorrow.
Thank you, my dear. Viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but stay locked on. This is Real Talk. I'm Saieed Ali. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali. On your
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on youtube.com and TT Real Talk on facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell. Get your ad on the show that matters. Real Talk with Saieed Ali. It's engaging, entertaining, and straight to the point. Real Talk brings the issues of the day to the people. It's Real Talk with Saieed Ali. It's local, regional, and international. It's Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Get your ad now. Call 1-868-237-3135 or 1-868-339-1670.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali, consultant and investor businessman.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on youtube.com and TT Real Talk on facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Now, a pastor in the Tyreek Richardson funeral today calls for the return of death penalty. This is something I want to talk about. If a pastor, a man of God, is asking for the death penalty to be returned, and I have mentioned on several occasions that I side will be pushing for the death penalty to be returned. Now we have a man of God asking for the death penalty, and he is saying once the death penalty resumes, crime in Trinidad and Tobago, especially murder, would cease. What do you think? Do you think I'm asking for too much? Do you think I'm asking for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to be saved? Is that too much? I am asking to hang murderers. I am asking to set an example like they did with the Dole Chady and his members gang. Hang them high. Am I asking for too much? Because for the last 6 or 7 legislations and bills that the AG and Stuart Young passed, I've been asking for it. I've been asking for it. Why? To make sure Trinidad and Tobago is safe again. That is what I've been doing. And that is what I plan to do. Ask for the death penalty to resume in Trinidad. Because it is too much. It is too much. People are leaving homes in the morning to go to work and wondering if they will go back home safe to their loved ones. Caller, good night.
Hello, can I Mr. Sadiq?
Good
Mr.
night.
Sadiq, it seems to be like the Venezuelans and them coming into Trinidad, and it seems to be like they might do worse than the Trinidadians. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend. You see, human rights organization saying it is wrong to take a life. That organization is saying it is wrong. But when somebody comes into your home and rape your daughter and rape your wife and shoot them after, that ain't wrong. That ain't wrong at all, at all, at all. Real Talk, will be pushing to bring back the death penalty in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know about any other country. I know about Trinidad and Tobago where I live. And I am quite sure many citizens would support me in this. I am quite sure those in authority also would support me in this. Because they would not like to see their loved one being gunned down. While the murderers, while the individual, when they get caught, they are being stuck in prison, allegedly with cell phone, allegedly with KFC coming in, allegedly with Doc and Dalpuri. I am saying all these things, but allegedly. So you can't come after me. Because we see videos surfacing from prison where they have KFC. I didn't realize KFC have a booth in Raymond Yard. I didn't know that. Caller, good night.
Yes, good evening.
Go right ahead.
Get through last night, and I wanted to say something on what you talked about with Wassa.
Mm-hmm.
Carnival time was in the height of the drought, so they said. But yet trucks were taking water to all these fetes, and they were pouring the water out on the patrons at these wet fetes, and there were people without water for months, and they would not send water for those people without water, but they were sending the water to the fetes. So I was very disturbed about that.
Thank you, my friend. Now, viewers, I was talking to someone in Wassa, a very high position. Guys, put up the photos. Now, viewers, this came from Wassa. That came from Wassa. Now, Wassa on the 29th of January 2019. You have the clip ready? Stated that I want you to read for yourself, viewers, because I did some digging. And when they released this statement to the public, I want you to read carefully. The Act says, upon giving notice to the public, the authority may be prohibited or restrict the use of water. Supply through a hose pipe or similar apparatus for the purpose of watering garden or washing motor vehicle, including the use of sprinklers, listen carefully, sprinklers, pressure washer, as well as decorative fountain, waterfall, and or other. You see? Now come back to me, guys. That is a sprinkler. So now, I understand that the farmers have united together to go against Wassa, to put them in court for seizing their pumps. Like I said, I will support the farmers. Now listen carefully. What you read came out on the 26th of January, 2019. That was what Wassa posted in a newspaper for the public to understand. according to the farmers, they get their water from pond or a drain. Drain for the farmers would be a river. And according to WASA Act that they released on the 26th of January 2019, it stated that even sprinklers, they would be charged. So like I said, now the water the farmers that are using are not treated water. I want you all to understand this. Come back to me, guys. This water is not treated water that goes in the pipeline that comes to residents throughout Trinidad and Tobago. And if they are charged for using pond water where rain fall and full up the pond and they extract the water, I want to know where the hell Mocha Golf Course get their water from. I tell all you, I'm hitting all you hard with this, you know. All you feel is joke. I'm going to tell all you something. Is this whole week I'm going to be hitting all you with that? You know why? The farmers providing food for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Even the foreigner, known as La Hunt, eating vegetable right here in Trinidad from which the farmers produce. Even the police officers, them who held the farmer, they eating vegetables which the farmer produce. So I want to know now, if you charge them for abstracting water from a pond or a drain, why the hell these WASA police them don't go up and find out where Mocha getting the bloody hell water from? Because I will tell you, if you stick a sprinkler in the ground just so Mr. LaHunt, me and if you're blind, you're deaf or you're dumb. To understand that when you stick a sprinkler in the ground just so water don't just come out from it. Because rich people live in the area? Because it's a golf course? I'm telling all this week, I will stink up all your name. And I feel it's joke. Oh, by the way, David Welch, come outside. Come one time. Call her good night. Call her there. Next call. While I heated, let me get into it one time. On Sunday was one of my worker birthday. He and his girlfriends went out. Now the matter, there's a date set for hearing in the court. Come on, said, no afraid. Corporal Mitchell of the Morvan Police Station. I want you to understand something. I hate stink officers. I hate officers that abuse the office. I hate officers that abuse their office for their own gains. Let me tell you something. When you assaulted my worker Sunday night, it was his birthday. He and his girlfriend went out. And you pull up with you and a female officer, and you started to question him. Nothing wrong with the questioning. My workers is always hear me saying, when an officer come to you and they want to carry you, go down. He complied with you. When you asked the female officer for the handcuff, she gave it to you. All because he did not want to say his age. You took him down to Morva police station. Corporal Mitchell, let me tell you something. You carry him down to the station and you decided to abuse him. You decided to slap him up. You want to be stink? You want to be famous? Well, you're famous now. My workers, when he told you he was working for Real Talk, a show on Synergy TV, you called Synergy TV. You told my worker that you know Saieed Ali. And this is what tripped me. You even gave my worker my number, 339-1670. And you told my worker that I was outside the Morva police station when Sunday I was with my wife and my children having fun. Let me tell you something. You want to use your office to make you big? I hate stink officers. I, Saieed Ali, telling you, Corporal Mitchell from the Morva police station, you want to play stink? Let me tell you something. Trinidad and Tobago, no. Saieed do not deal with guns. Saieed do not deal with marijuana. Saieed do not deal with cocaine. Saieed do not deal with fraud. Saieed do not deal with human trafficking. Saieed do not deal in kidnapping. The world knows Saieed Ali as a spiritual individual, somebody who do spiritual work. Bring it down in Trini terms, a obia man, a drinks man, a voodoo man. That's how they know Saieed Ali. How do you know Saieed Ali? I want you to tell me what time I was by Morva police station when you held my worker. When you give my worker Saieed number as 339-1670, why the hell you didn't call me? Instead of calling Synergy TV to confirm if my worker working for them. Eh? Let me tell you something. You could play stink by setting me up. You understand? But I could play stink and dirty and nasty in the spiritual world for you. You want to use your authority to assault an individual? Let me tell you something. I could make a dolly with you and stick a pin in the leg and you will be in a wheelchair for the rest of your bloody hell life. You're threatening you. I'm telling you what I could do. There's a difference between threat and saying something. You see the hand you slap my worker with? I could make a dolly and stick a pin in his shoulder and you dare not move that hand for the rest of your life as long as you're living in the face of this earth. You have no idea how stink I could be. You have no idea. I hate stink officers. Just imagine you telling my worker, I outside, and my number is 339-1670. Why the bloody hell you didn't call me and tell me my worker get locked up? Eh? Why you didn't call? You're giving them the number, but you're afraid to call. And to the fat man, you feel I done? And to the fat man who stand up on his legs, You want to see how fat you could get? Fat man? Do you want to see how fat you can swell? Eh? I'm asking you a question. You want to stand up on your leg? Because you're big and you're fat? You have no idea how fat you could swell, you know. You have no idea how fat you can swell, you know. Because it's small and it's nashy. And you decide you have some fat. You want to stand up on your leg? Be careful. You start swelling, eh? And I make no apology for that. None. Well, let's pick up the boy. You came down to Mova police station. Eh? You charge him for resisting arrest. And he could tell you, I just always say on this program, anytime an officer come for you, go willingly. He went willingly. His girlfriend went with him. Be careful, you start swelling like a cow, you know. Me afraid of you, you know. To my friend, Inspector Maraj of the Mova Police Station, good night to you, sir. To my good friend, who I met in Tobago, who is the superintendent in police complaint, good night to you, sir. I would not call your name, but I will be calling you tomorrow. If all of decide to play stink, I could play stink, you know. I could play stink. Nothing wrong with playing stink with me, you know. As I Obia man, as I say in Trinidad, you know. Because anybody doing spirit work is Obia. Come and meet me. Call me. Since you know my number, I will tell it again. 339-1670. You want to play a stink? Not a problem. Look at him. This is my worker. They just be putting in long hours with me. Long hours. And because he's a corporal, and you want to impress the female that was with you, let me tell you something. It have ways to impress women. But you see, locking up innocent people and giving them innocent case is why this gets stink. That is why this gets stink. I will be meeting with Inspector Maraj, a good friend of mine. I will be meeting with the superintendent for PCA, Police Complaint Division. You want to play stink, Michelle? I will show you how to play stink. But one thing I can tell you, make sure you ain't send nobody after me, you know. Because the same people you're sending is the same people who come and shoot you in your kneecap. I don't take threats lightly. Last year when they tried to kidnap my son, I came right here on national television and told the public 4 individuals made an attempt to kidnap my son. A few days after, I come back on national television and I told the public what I, Saieed Ali, did. 3 blind, 1 dead. You see, police stinkness, I hate it. When our officers do good, I will praise them for it. But when you do stinkness, it's a different story with me. You have the law in your hands, I have black magic and witchcraft on my hands. Me afraid, you know. I ain't afraid, you know. If you feel I'm afraid that you come and set me up, think again, you know, partner. Think again, you know. Because a lot of individuals in Trinidad and Tobago just be assaulted by police and they have nobody to turn to. This young man have me right next to him. Because when you're sleeping in your bed, he working. When you out with your family, willingly laying down the place, he working. Because media is a 24-hour job. So if you tell yourself, you're going to send a letter for defamation of character, feel free, go ahead. I telling you, go ahead. Like I said, stinkness is something I don't like. And to the female who was there with you, may God save her soul. Being around people like all you. I don't want to say much. But because of the fact is my worker you insult, and it's my worker you assault, I decide for the public to know that. And I feel it's a joke. Right.
All right, well, I have some pictures that are put together tonight to show on TV. So, Chris, you could play them if you want, whenever. So we took some pictures at the Montauk General Hospital. It was too full to go and get a report and everything, but we took some pictures of the bruises that I got. I still have some injuries on my leg, and it hurts when I bathe sometimes. Well, most of the times, anytime I take a shower, it hurts. Myself along with my girlfriend, we were at the Morvan police station for about the entire night. We got arrested 9 o'clock, around 9 to 10 o'clock, and we stayed there almost the entire night, and also we were taken to the Port of Spain Magistrate Court the next morning, right? Mm-hmm. I was actually in a cell with a bunch of other criminals, and it was a great learning experience, but it was also awful to know that the Morvan police station or the officers at the Morvan police station, they would go ahead and do something like that. They just pulled up to us. They asked us our ages. I didn't want to respond to them because they were in plain clothes. They were plainclothes officers. They pulled up in a marked police jeep, yes, but I am aware that people steal police jeeps and go out and pretend to be police officers. On the initial report that the officer gave to the courtroom, he said that he identified himself as a police officer, and we did not comply with him, but it was not so. He did not identify himself as a police officer, nor he never said which police station he was from. And when he took us to the police station, he actually grabbed me by my throat outside the back of the Jeep, and he dragged me straight inside the police station, and he got assistance from other officers. On the initial charges, he put, I was resisting arrest. If the police station...
Why?